Welcome everybody to a new My Hero Academia video. Guys, in this video I want to talk a little bit about chips. I mentioned in almost every single one of my videos that I spend a lot of time on the official Discord in the help channel, and one question that I see asked a ton is how can I improve my chips on my characters? What are the best stats? How can I maximize my character's BP? With chips, right? So today I want to talk a little bit about that, okay? So let's first go into my heroes. I think I'm gonna choose Bakugo. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I have a good set with him. So let's see. Actually, Aizawa is better, so let's go with Aizawa. Okay. So yeah, here we go. First of all, what you will want to know is you will want to go to this screen, and then you'll want to pick details right below chip, right? You'll want to press that little button right there. I don't know if you can see it. You press details and it'll show you every single stat on your character, okay? So which stats do we want to prioritize when it comes to chips? Well, mainly damage, okay? Mainly anything offensive, right? Every single offensive stats is something that we will want, right? Because those are going to increase our BP a lot, and also of course they're going to increase our character's performance a lot, right? So because there are several, which attack or offensive stats should you go for first? Okay, each character is going to have a letter right next to their names. So if you see it right there, I'm tapping on it there, right there. Do you see that S right next to Shota Aizawa? That means that this character is a speed type, right? So if I go to, let's say, I don't know, Ochako, right, you can see that she has a P because she's a power type. And if I go to Kaminari, let me find him, it's going to have a T, right, because it's technical. You can see on the details right there how they changed, right? It says 306 technical, Kirishima is power 354, 399, 392, and Aizawa is also speed 392. And why do we want to prioritize that stat specifically? Because if we tap on that specific stat, it's going to show us that it's giving my Aizawa right now 19.6% attack. That is a lot of attack. Anything that comes in percentages is going to be a lot. It's going to do a lot for us, okay? So we are always going to prioritize that stat, okay? Either speed, power, or technical, depending on which character we are working with, okay? Because it's going to give us attack percentage, which is huge, okay? Then we want to probably go for either crit to increase our chances of critting, right? We can go for damage increase for another percentage increase. It says affects the extra damage dealt when the hero attacks, so that's an extra percentage, right? Obviously crits are also extra percentage, right? Or penetration, right? Penetration is basically going to be the the percentage that you see there is going to be the percentage of defense that we ignore from the opposite, from the character that we are attacking, right? So if a character has like 100 defense, then we are going to be ignoring 5 of that defense, right? Or 4.67% of that 100 defense. You get the point. So yeah. Then we also, of course, we're going to want crit damage because obviously, right, that's the whole point of critting. And Chris' res rate is going to reduce the chance of taking critical hits from enemies. So don't get fooled by this. Chris' res rate is not an offensive stat. That's a defensive stat. Okay? I think res stands for resistance, crit resistance rate. I'm pretty sure. So after the offensive ones, you can go for something, I don't know, like tenacity. It's going to decrease the damage. Like these stats on the lower end are going to be probably the ones that you want to go first after the second row, and also, you know, the technical stat or the type stat. Decrease is going to decrease the damage that you take by percentage. Tenacity is going to decrease the damage that you take from crits on a percentage. And Chris' resolution rate, like I said, reduces the chance of taking critical hits from enemies, right? So yeah, those are going to be the stats that you are going to look for. Okay, so now if we go to the chips right here, you can see Let me see if I can find one that so that I can show you something like okay, this one. Do you see this 5-star chip? It says power, tenacity, and damage increase. So this chip is terrible because power, since my Aizawa is a speed, well, every Aizawa is speed type, power in a chip, the stat power is going to do nothing for us. That's a dead stat. So a chip that has like power or technical in it is going to be dead. Or that stat is going to be dead, right? So we don't want that at all, right? The chip that I have is I actually like it. It has crit damage, and it has damage increase. That's a lot. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Also, it's a 6-star, right? It's pretty nice. But if I wanted to optimize it, I would probably want to reroll decrease for speed, right? Let me show you. This one, it has speed, right? This one is also very, very nice. See, it has speed, has damage increase, it has penetration, it has crit damage. This is a very, very nice chip, right? Another thing that you would want to take into account that I know a lot of people get confused by, I know I did get confused at first, is that it doesn't matter if 2 of your chips are 5 stars or one of your chip is 5 stars and the other 2 are 6 stars, you know, because you're still going to get the set. It's just that the set is going to default to the lower rarity of the chips that you have, right? So I have 2 5 stars and I have 1 6 star. So basically I'm going to have the 5-star set, right? Because it defaults to, I'm sorry, my dog is kissing me. It's going to default to the lower, he's kissing me again, the lower rarity of chips, right? You know what I'm saying? Do you see right there? It says 5 set chip, right? 5 set, because I have 2 5-star chips and 1 6-star. You do not need to have all 3 5 stars to get the 5 set, and you do need to have all 3 6 stars to get the 6 set, okay? But you can have 1 or 2 6 stars and you will have the 5 set. It's not going to nullify your set, right? Because I used to think that, and then, you know, I realized that no, I don't need to gather 3 6-star chips and then equip them. I can just equip them as I get them, right? So yeah, another thing that you want to take into account, going back to what I was saying before, is that some chips can also have like stuff like speed, power, and technical, all 3 put together, right? So that's going to be a terrible chip for you. That's going to be terrible. And also, one last thing that I would like to tell you before I take off is for you to farm chips, you go to Zolo and you go to Night Ops. Many people say many different things, but I believe that the best way to do this is for you to wait until you have enough BP to take on the last stage. I don't really see the point of going for the 3rd stage or the 4th stage, because you're just going to gather like 4 stars and 5 stars, and then you're going to start farming the 6-star stage, and you're going to pull 6 stars, and you're just going to replace the ones that you pulled on the other stages, right? And so it's just going to be a bunch of stamina that you wasted on the lower stages. So I don't really recommend for you to farm on the lower stages. Just wait until you can beat the last one, okay? It's going to be intimidating because it says 31,000 BP recommended, but you actually don't really need that. You don't need to you don't need actually 31,000 BP. You can definitely beat it with 18k BP up. You can definitely beat it with that for sure. The boss is very easy. The first one is very easy. It's that Thousand Eyes, I think he's called, that paper guy. But he only has 2 attacks, which are the spinny attack and the one that shoots projectiles at you, shoots like 2 papers, and that's it. So he's very easy to beat. You only get 1 minute to beat it, but you don't lose automatically if the minute goes off. It goes up, I'm sorry. And I never actually finish before the minute goes up. It just starts giving you you start taking damage when the minute is up, but it's very, very generous. You still have like at least 20 seconds if you didn't take too much damage during the fight to beat the boss. So yeah, I definitely recommend that you start farming this though as soon as you have a character with 18 BP. Okay, make sure that it's a high DPS character, because if you go with someone like I don't know, Kirishima, you might have some trouble because he doesn't have a lot of DPS. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I hope you found this helpful. Leave a like if you did, leave a comment, what do you think, and subscribe if you'd like more videos like this, and I'll see you on the next one.